Let's see. We should be live in the cut. Live in the cut. We moving, we moving. Alright, 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 alright. We got 8 minutes. Where's my glasses? There it is. Go to 2600, you reckon? Alright, no data. Can you guys hear me? Mic check, mic check, mic check. We should be good. Okay, so we've got NFP Friday, aka non-farm payrolls. Unknown sell. What you saying, my bro? You good? Money day, money day. I'm watching gold right now. Gold might tank, you know. Hello, Ritesh. How you doing, bro? You good? All good, bro. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I'm looking at gold. I'm like, I think gold might tank, but we need to see what this news release is gonna do. Obviously we got all these highs resting above here for gold. Okay, so we need to wait and see. But you know, small part of me is looking at this like, you know, because ideally, right? If we look at the DXY, the dollar on the daily time frame, we look at the structure, right? So we've had this lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, right? We've just pushed above not only this lower high, but a secondary lower high, right? So we've had the change of structure from bearish to bullish. Okay, so you know, even when I do use the fib tool, right? We've hit that 71, 78% fib retracement perfectly. We've tapped into that daily down candle here as well. So realistically, you know, if we were to say what's a short-term target, we can look at Wednesday's imbalance, right? And then potentially a new high there for the DXY. But then again, you know, it's NFP, you know. NFP is one of those things where it can do it's unpredictable essentially, right? NFP is one of those things where you can never really truly predict with any real level of accuracy. Okay? So, we'll have to wait and see. You know, I'm thinking gold will tank, right? Uh, you know, from looking at the structure on the DXY, and you know, potentially we should actually get a bullish day today on the dollar, right? But you know, because for the past 2 days, right? So from Tuesday we created the high of the week. We've just been coming down and dropping and dropping and dropping. So it's like maybe today we may get a bullish move to the upside. If you're on the live stream right now, guys, don't forget obviously to drop a like on the live. Helps the channel and the live reach out to more people. And also, if you enjoy this kind of content, I do have a free Telegram. Link to the free Telegrams in the description box down below. Other than that, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me the question inside of the chat box, and I will do my best to give you an answer. But yeah, what are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at? To be honest, I should play some music, right? One second, guys. Alright, guys. I've got some music in the back, setting the scenery. All right. Let me know if it's too loud, guys. Yeah. If you're in the live stream right now, drop a like on the live. We're trying to see what gold wants to do, right? What you guys is bets? What do you guys think? Unknown Cell, Ritesh, do you think gold up or gold down? Who else have we got in the live right now? We got Gift, Money Day Gift. I didn't even see your comment there. What do we think? Buy or sell for gold? Obviously, guys, we're gonna do this properly. We're not gonna go crazy, and you know, this is not like some hype cult type of thing where it's like, oh, we're just gonna go in. But you know, we're going to make good choices with the information that presents us. Okay. But for now, I'm more so on the side of gold tanking. I mean, this current structure on gold is actually bullish. So, we'll see. How's the audio in the back? Can you guys hear it well, yeah? See, let me listen to it on my end. What do you guys think? Buys or sells on gold? Ritesh says sells. Sells on gold. Okay, let's see. We got about 30 seconds left. I'm gonna get the split screen going. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Dollars rising. Gold's tanking. Dollars rising. Gold's tanking, boys. Dollars rising heavy. Gold's had a very nice blip to the downside, right? I'm just gonna measure this blip. We've had about a 75 pip drop to the downside. Gold's now pushing back up. Right, even the DXY is kind of reversed as well. Okay. Let's see. Gift says sell as well. It looks like gold is going to ras it, boys. Let me see what the futures is doing. 5 minute. Wow. Huge move to the downside on the dollar. I'm looking at the dollar right now. Let me just check out what the data release actually was. Ooh, guys, NFP was way worse than expected. Forecasted was 164k. The actual data that came out was 142k. Okay, unemployment rate stayed the same at 4.2%. Right, so it is slightly better than last month's data, but it does look like we're gonna get all-time highs again for gold. There's nowhere else for this to go to except for all-time highs. I'll be honest, guys. If gold busts through all-time highs once again, we've just got to sit on our hands till gold pulls back, right? So let's take a look at some of these other pairs. GU is absolutely pumping. We've got gold pumping. Where is it? Where's Euro USD? So looking at the euro, yep, the euro is also going through the roof. Guys, to be honest, right, this price action is not, it's not conducive of any real moves. I'll be real with you, because it's like, even when we're looking at gold, right, we look at gold on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute, right? You guys know how NFP candles print. It's a very sharp move, right? So even if I look at NFP on the 15-second time frame, you can see it there. It's just gone straight up. So now the question is, you know, are we going to get a pullback and another continuation? Maybe. But is it actually worth taking a position on? No. Right? So gold is kind of slowing down right now. That's a pretty big move, guys. If you're inside the live stream right now, drop a like on the live. Helps the channel grow. If you enjoy this kind of content, you can join my free Telegram. Link to the free Telegrams in the description box down below. Gold absolutely pumping, guys. Okay, so the structure, okay, for gold is still technically intact. Sorry, not for gold, for the DXY. Technically is still intact, right? Until the DXY breaks this low here, right? This structure still remains bullish, right? Yes, you know, we have had a spike to the upside and then we've had prices drop in. The dollar, in fact, is weak at the moment due to the NFP data, the non-farm payrolls being poor, right? Just so for those of you that don't know what NFP is, NFP equals, or is an acronym for non-farm payrolls, measures the change in number of employed during the prior month, excluding workers in the farming industry. Given that full employment is one of the Federal Reserve's mandates, it is very closely watched. A reading that is stronger than forecasted is generally supportive, aka bullish, for the dollar, while a weaker forecast reading is generally negative, aka bearish for the dollar, right? So if we take a look at the forecasted, it was 164k. The actual data was 142k. So that would explain why we've had such a dramatic drop to the downside on the dollar this afternoon. Okay, now even when we look at the previous month, right, the previous month, you know, this is something that's a little bit interesting, guys. Yeah, so the previous month was 89k, right? This month is 142k. Now if you look at the previous month's data and this month's data, is actually better than expected. Okay, so from a month-on-month basis, you know, the change of employed people during from last month to this month has increased, so it's actually better, right? So the initial drop to the downside that we're currently seeing could be from the data actually being a lot lower than what was forecasted, but this could mean that this data is overall a sign of increase economic growth inside of the USA. So this could still turn bullish, guys. I'll be completely real with you, right? Now, obviously, we need to wait for the market sentiment, right? Let's take a look at unemployment rate as well, guys. Unemployment rate, for those that don't know, it's pretty simple. Okay, it measures the percentage change of total workforce that is not working, aka yet actively seeking employment. So essentially, right, a reading that is higher than forecasted is generally negative, aka bearish for the dollar, whilst a lower than forecasted reading is generally positive, right? So here's another twist. The forecasted was 4.2 and the actual data is 4.2%, right? The previous data, as in the previous month's data, was actually higher than this month's data. Okay, previous month was 4.3% and this month is 4.2%. So there's been a 0.1% improvement on the unemployment rate. Okay, so there's less people that are unemployed inside of the states at the moment. Right. So if you look at it from a month-on-month basis, yeah, guys, it's actually positive, right? From a month-on-month basis, it's positive, but from a short term, it's negative, right? So that's the initial drop to the downside that we're seeing there for the dollar. I hope that that kind of made sense for you guys, yeah? All right, all-time highs. All-time highs soon. Guys, I will not trade any of this. I'll be completely honest with you. If you're in the live right now, drop a like on the live, helps the channel grow. And if you enjoy this kind of content, there's more content available inside of my free Telegram. Link to the free Telegrams in the description box down below. Right, let's see how the stock market has been reacting. Stock market is also pushed up a little bit. Now, guys, you see for the S&P 500, right? This might actually be one of the shortest live streams I've had in a long time. I doubt we're gonna get anything. You know, you guys know that I trade gold, and if gold's at all-time highs, I can't really do anything about that, right? If the dollar is weak, then the stock market might rise. You know, to be honest, the thing is, right, I kind of low-key want to see the day finish off bullish, you know, because for next week, we've got more than enough framework there on the daily time frame to understand what this is most likely to do, right? So if, let's just say, we actually flip bullish, or maybe we don't entirely flip bullish on the daily, but we actually start to close, you know, let's say above the 71% fib swing there, right? If we start to close above that at the end of the day, then, you know, for next week, it's a lot easier to understand and to see the DXY actually start to gain strength, the dollar start to gain some strength. So, you know, like I said to you guys before, right? We've had a look at the data, we've ascertained exactly and decoded what the data is telling us from a short-term perspective and also from a, you know, month-on-month perspective, right? Even if I look at the data now, let's look at NFP, right? And I'm gonna look at all the previous data from previous months. So, like I said to you guys, so the peak, right? The peak for NFP was in May this year, right? With the high of 272k. Since then, we've dropped from 272k to 206k to 114k, right? So obviously, if we look at where's May, right? If we look at May, July, where's May? November, May, April, May, right? So this is May here, right? Hold on. May. Yeah, so May. So May is around this area here. Since May, the NFP data has just been getting worse and worse, and obviously we've actually seen it reflect in real time on the charts. As you can see, price has, well, the dollar has continued to drop, right? Let me take a look at the unemployment data. So the best unemployment data we've had so far was in March, and slowly unemployment has been getting worse and worse, with April being 3.9%, May being 4%, June being 4.1%. Wow. August last month being 4.3%. It's only September this month that we've had 4.2%. Okay, so we've had a slight change in the most recent pattern. So, you could look at this as a potential positive for the dollar. You can look at it like, okay, cool. Is the dollar potentially starting to turn around? Maybe, potentially. The data suggests that, but we need to see a little bit more consistency, okay? Guys, what are you looking at? What are your pairs looking at? Do you have any setups? Is anyone in any gold scalps? I know some of you are crazy like that. Gift, I hope you're not taking trades over there and keeping quiet. Gold is starting to fail, guys. Yeah, it's 100% best to sit this one out. You see, the thing is, right? If NFP, right, was, well, it was bullish until it wasn't, but if it continued pushing, if the DXY continued pushing and we saw gold start tanking, then I'm more interested in actually looking for opportunities to sell. I mean, if you feel like taking a short gift, like, sure, why not? But like, look, if gold was actually pushing down, then I would, try to find an entry somewhere if the opportunity presents itself to go short. But for the time being, it's just not looking good, bruv. I mean, if you look at this picture, right, there isn't a point of interest, right? There isn't a POI for us to work with inside this area, right? But we've had high, 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 lower, low, right? So potentially you could play this 1 minute imbalance here for a sell. It's had a little bit of reaction. It's probably testing back up now again to then go again. So you could sell this, but is it worth it? I'd probably say no. But look, it's kind of reacting. Like, look, you could play something maybe like this, but because gold is so close to all-time highs, guys, and the actual structure of gold is bullish, I don't really bother selling it. But if you got the cojones, you can definitely go for an entry, something like this. Maybe target the top down here. But if this daily picture on the DXY does flip bullish, right, then we could actually come down all the way for this wick. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think today is a day where it's like I said before, how that daily candle closes is going to be a good indication of how next week is going to print. What do you guys think? This little setup here is not looking too bad. But again, just don't trade it. It's not worth it. Unless if you're trying to risk it for the biscuit, it ain't worth it, guys. Okay, Gift says inside the chat box, I've got the same setup. So at 25, 3, but I'm not gonna risk it. Yeah, bro. Uh, you know, to be honest, looking at this, the way the dollar is kind of bouncing back, you know, I could be onto something with the daily closure there, right? If we push up, could be in for a little ride. Uh, the futures market is also pushing up. Trying to see something. Trying to see something from gold. Let me post this setup inside of the Telegram. All right. So we're just gonna watch this real quick. Let's see what gold wants to do, guys. You know, the S&P is pushing up. But yeah, this, like I said to you guys earlier, this might just be the quickest live stream ever because the opportunities ain't really there like that. Gold is printing up. Guys, how's GU looking? How's Euro USD looking? Pound yen. Is anything else looking decent? Because wait, there's literally no trading opportunities really. Like, look, if we look at the DXY here, right, on the bottom right hand corner, right, even if we were to get like a continuation of this pullback, we'll have to kind of it might sorry, we need to look towards it pushing down into this area here and then turning around. That's what I would say, right? So we need to see, dollar strength actually kick in. So we'll see. Dollar's just broken that high there. Let's see. DXY is pushing up. It is pushing up. So look, I mean, we may get this bullish closure of the DXY, right? We may get a bullish daily closure on the DXY. Right, we're getting a little bit of a rejection there on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour. We are pushing up. Could this be the low of the week? Well, it is Friday, so if we don't come back to that, that would be highly likely. So, all right. So alert there. I reckon if gold can take out this low here, all right, right here we got some more imbalance. So let's see. We might get a little test there. 25 pips. All right, it does look like we want to stretch lower on gold. Gift says, feel like gold is waiting for me to take to take an entry and then it rockets. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. Trust me. But like, the futures is printing lower ever so slightly. The DXY has been pushing up, so it's like, okay, there's a little something in here. You know, like, could this be the most ideal long position on the DXY? Yeah, I'd see so, right? If this daily candle starts closing up, Like, to be honest, this daily candle can just flip full bullish. You know, we're quite early. The hourly candle's about to close, so we'll have to make some decisions at that point. You know, has the DXY reached its limit? That's the question. We got 3 minutes till the new hourly candle closes. I mean, gold's kind of holding this range we're in pretty well, really. I want to see, gold. Do you want to bust through the range? Do you want to stay in the range? What do you want to do? Okay, gold's pushing back up. Looks like gold might reach all-time highs. Are we gonna get all-time highs for gold? Hey, Gift. I think, guys, I think Gift might have entered the market because gold's now pushing straight back up. Yeah, big fish. Gift has entered. Mark is pushing up. Guys, if you're inside the live stream right now, drop a like on the live. Helps the live reach out to other people. If you enjoy this kind of content, there's more content inside of my free Telegram. Link to the free Telegrams in the description box down below. Drop a like on the live, guys. All right, the new hourly candle. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Gold's just blipped down, guys. Just blipped down. Okay, new hour candle opens. So we're getting a new hour, new 5 minute, new 30 minute, new 15 minute candle. Obviously, bear in mind we need to make the high and the low of the hour. So bear that in mind, guys. right? If we do come for this low here on gold, like I highly doubt it, but let's just see. Give said nearly pulled the trigger. I'm telling you, bro. The market is waiting for you to enter, man. As soon as you enter, it starts pushing up. I know, yep, the gift has entered. Safraz says in the Telegram, what are you looking to enter? Like I said earlier, not looking to enter any trades specifically, but if I were to enter, this would be the setup here. Okay, so we're monitoring this entry here together, right? We can see the futures, is starting to print lower and lower ever so slightly. The dollar, I had a bullish bias on the dollar. I want to see the dollar actually start to push up. On the daily time frame, I do want to see it close higher, right? If it can close above 71%, then I believe next week will be a bullish week for the dollar. So, I mean, so far so good, am I right? Like, in terms of this little setup here, we've held inside this area quite well on multiple occasions. Obviously, if some of you entered, that's great. If you didn't, that's fine. Obviously, if this does drop down, then the Newswick would be the target, right? But, feel free to take um, partial profits, exits pretty much anywhere. Gold is dropping nicely, very nicely. I mean, to be honest, guys, look, hey, Mr. Sir Everlastic. I keep saying that wrong. Jason, how you doing, bro? It's been a little while, man. I hope you're blessed. Um, Jason said he's in it to the downside, of course, bro. I don't expect anything else from you. Do you think sell side liquidity go below 25.10? Yeah. If this is going to drop, then I'm looking at that news wick on the 1 minute time frame. That would be the target, yeah? Mark, hey, everyone's coming in today. How you doing, my bro? What's good, family? Yeah, man, everyone's blessed. We're just looking at these gold shorts. We're looking for the dollar to go bullish. Even though we had the initial drop down on the news release, but we spent some time analyzing the data, and obviously I told you guys the conclusion is like, look, in the short term, it is bearish for the dollar because the NFP data was actually so bad, right? And then there was no changes in the unemployment data, which could have counteracted the NFP release, right? So, in these kind of scenarios, you've just got to ask yourself, like, got some messages there in the Telegram. In these kind of scenarios, you got to ask yourself the question, like, okay, cool, we've seen, you know, price react off of the news, but we understand that there's technical analysis, there's fundamental analysis, and then there's also sentimental. Okay, the market sentiment. How do the majority of investors potentially feel about a position? Okay, or how do majority of investors feel about current market conditions? Right. So I also said to you guys, look, overall, right? I said to you guys, overall, it is, actually better for the dollar because this is the first month out of, the past 5 months where NFP and unemployment has actually been, well, unemployment has been on the rise and NFP has been on the decline, right? Because obviously, I explained to you guys earlier, a lower than expected NFP data is negative for the dollar. Sorry, yeah, it is negative for the dollar. Is it negative for the dollar? Guys, I'm getting my definitions confused. Hold on, let me just double check that. So unemployment rate is the data where if it's lower than what is forecasted, what is expected, is actually positive for the dollar. And the NFP is the data where if it's higher, it's positive for the dollar. I got there in the end, guys. Don't worry. Um, Mark says he got in a short at 25.20, 666, 25.20 is around here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Quick little scalp. Smash and grab, boys. Smash and grab. Look, guys, if you're enjoying the live, Mark, Jason, Gift, Ritesh, drop a like on the live right now because this setup here is pretty clean. Like, to be honest here, guys, if I were to kind of look for some re-entries, because we can see here that the DXY is in fact going to flip bullish. I'm pretty sure it already is bullish. Yeah, look at that on the daily. Drop some like the live stream, boys. So we're literally flipping bullish here. I explained to you guys the whole setup, looking at the fundamental and how market sentiment can actually flip this back around and how this is potentially still bullish. Like, obviously, guys, look, remember this, right? The whole reason why I started the Telegram, right, was not to give you guys trades. Like, this is not financial advice, etc., etc., etc. Little disclaimer, right? Um, it was just to share ideas of what I'm doing. Do you understand? And to give you guys a certain perspective. Now, if you choose to run with whatever information, highly accurate information, might I add, if you choose to run with that information or not, then that's completely up to you, bro. Do you know what I mean? But as you can see here, like I said to you guys on multiple occasions, we go on the live stream, I show you guys a setup. You know, there's very rarely an occasion where the setup is wrong. Maybe the entry might be too early, right? Or too late. But other than that, the direction bias, the bias for the day is pretty much always spot on, right? So in terms of seeing gold tank, like I said to you guys earlier, was based off of the analysis for the DXY on the daily time frame, right? Now, even though the news did come down, we had a look at the fundamental data and said, look, this might be bearish now, but the the dollar might be bullish now, but it can still flip bearish later. So now that we're dropping, which looks pretty decent, boys, I can't lie, it does look pretty decent, right? We're gonna target that news wick, but then boys, this could really come down. If what I'm understanding from the DXY and understanding, like, look, this could be a low point on the DXY where we're gonna be bullish for quite some time to come, right? If we're gonna be bullish for quite some time to come, because look, this daily candle, we've got Monday's daily candle, Wednesday's daily candle, maybe Thursday's daily candle, Friday we push through the high, we close. That's a lot of days of bullishness, right? And if we've got that many days of bullishness, then how low can gold really go? It can go low or drop lower a lot. Do you understand, boys? So look, there's a lot more potential to the downside right now for gold. Whenever any of these prices are hanging around all-time highs, um, there's more liquidity resting at the lows. If we're at all-time lows, there's more liquidity resting at the highs. So that's what you've kind of got to understand and look at. Yeah. So we're almost achieving our targets. Uh, Dollar on the daily time frame has officially flipped bullish. I did think this was going to be the shortest live stream ever, but we've started to see the move and how price has been printing and progressing throughout the day. So we're definitely in this, right? We're definitely going to be in this live stream for the time being. I would take partials here, boys. If you're in it, I'll take it here because we haven't had a pullback here on the dollar for quite some time. We haven't had a pullback here. I hate it when Telegram doesn't want to work with me. I wonder what happened to the speaker, boys. Oh, Telegram. We got some questions inside the chat box. We got Jason says, facts, bruv. I see sell side liquidity resting below 48, sorry, 24.80 from the daily for gold. So I agree with your sentiment for it to push lower. Are we expecting price to pull back to that 1 minute imbalance? It's kind of already done that, bro. Um, but what I was saying earlier is like, look, I was going to look for a re-entry again. Wink, wink. It would be that, right? Futures markets coming down. Like the futures market has not moved, as much as gold spot has. Look, we're pretty much over 50% of the wick. The futures wick is still down here. But look, it looks like we'll probably pull back here on the dollar. I see us kind of curving off and pulling back into here on the dollar. All right. Mark said, sorry, I meant to say again, lol. I got in the cell once it tapped into that imbalance. Sick, 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 bro. Jason said 3K profit for the day after trailing my stop. Sick, my bro. Mark says, oh, well done. Yeah, yeah, sick, 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 sick. I don't know why this. Wow, look at the Telegram right now. Telegram is absolutely bugging out. Sorry, guys. The pullback kicked you out. There could be still a chance, because look, now we have an understanding that we're onside. So once you understand that you're onside, as long as your stop loss is sufficient enough, you should be okay. Let's see EU. Very, very sharp turnaround. EU's played at the same area. We interacted with Thursday last week. So a week and a day ago. GU. Let's take a look at GU. It's not GU. GU's pushed up, it's coming back down. Bitcoin's pushed up. But yeah, guys, if you are new to the live, drop a like on the live. And also, if you enjoy this kind of content, we've completely smashed this gold analysis out the park today. There's more available inside the Telegram. Link to Telegram's in the description box down below. We're about to reach that target there. And we're almost done. Who would have knew, right? Guys, who would have knew? Who would have knew? And I'm being sarcastic. Who would have knew before the stream, eh? That gold should come down. Who would have knew? Who would have knew that the dollar should be bullish today? Who would have knew, eh? All this stuff is unpredictable, they said. Right? I want you guys to understand something and see how, a lot of these high impact news releases do end up lining up with the fundamentals. And just like that, we've hit our target. Job done, boys and girls. Job done. Right? I would not even try to hold this any further than that. Look, from a higher time frame perspective, right, especially on the daily, this can definitely keep going. Like it could keep going and keep going and keep, like, me being completely honest with you guys, this gold entry, if the daily analysis for the DXY is correct, gold should keep dropping and dropping and dropping. And this entry here could be the last train, or not necessarily the last train, the highest point of entry it it potentially could be. Okay. Now, unless if you guys have any questions or you have any charts that you want me to look at, I think we're okay for today's stream, boys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat box. Right? In a few hours' time, I will post a breakdown for the live stream. Uh, Gift says my TP is set to 2500, but it did not get into that trade, lol. Jason says, bruv, you're the only person I have heard link DXY performance to inverse gold, and it's proven itself. Gold is make it or break it type of thing, but correlating DXY has been a game changer. Thanks. Hey, I'm happy to help, my bro. I appreciate the words. The DXY, linking the DXY to gold is pretty common knowledge in my world. All the other traders that I know, they all correlate the DXY to gold, because you know sometimes, right, you can look at a pair on its own, and like I told you guys earlier, the structure of gold is actually just bullish, right? So for me to even think about shorting gold, or to even think about getting some gold shorts, you've got to have other confluences, right? Now, these confluences, think of them like tools in a toolbox, right? You're going to use different tools for different materials. You might use a drill to drill like wood. You get a bigger bit, a stronger bit. You can drill metal, even, right? So essentially, there's certain scenarios where it might just be a quick DIY fix. So I'll just use gold, look at gold structure, and then take a trade off of gold. But then in other scenarios where it's a little bit more tricky, like today, I'm going to use other things such as the gold futures, or I might use USD JPY and then look at the DXY as well. Okay. So these things all help with the understanding and making sure that the position that you are entering are right. Because look, guys, no matter what anyone tells you, there are real inter-market relationships. Okay, so if you don't know about inter-market relationships, I can definitely cover that inside of a video, right, or maybe a TikTok or something. But all these pairs have relationships, and understand that. Look, if the dollar is strong, everything else is weak, right? Everything else is weak. The majority of liquidity goes into one asset at a time, right? The majority of liquidity goes into one asset. Don't get me wrong, other pairs will still move, right? But the majority of assets will be quiet when a specific asset has got most of the volume, most of the liquidity. So on a day where the dollar is strong, everything else is weak. Like the dollar strength is incomparable to any other pairs being strong, right? If the dollar is going to have a strong day, everything else is going to come down against the dollar, right? Because we know that everywhere around the world, they all have a reserve of the dollar currency sitting inside of their central banks, right? That's just how the world is, unfortunately, right? Even though the dollar is not the strongest economy, right? It's not the strongest, sorry, currency in the world. That's just what it is, okay? So definitely look into intermarket relationships, right? If you guys want me to make a video on it, you can tell me inside the Telegram. Link to Telegram's in the description box down below. Um, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna close things off there because we've pretty much hit the target on the T. I've got an alert set here for the news high on the DXY. We are getting a little bit of divergence here, right? So if we look at Euro USD, okay, we'll just wait for TradingView to catch up. Oh no, there's no divergence on Euro USD. There's a divergence on gold though, and the dollar, which is fine, right? To be honest, guys, there's definitely more opportunities to enter, right? Just for you guys in the live stream, watch this area on the 5 minute for EU. There's probably the same area on GU. There might be a similar area on gold. Maybe you can enter again for another short for gold. But the main target for the live stream has been done, has been hit. We monitored the move. Let me just move this out of the way. We monitored the move, we analyzed the data, and we've completed the trade. Jason says, "Here comes the flip." What makes you say that, bro? What makes you say that? All right, boys. I'm gonna close things off there. It's been a good stream. Guys, as always, drop a like on the live stream if you're here and you haven't subscribed. What are you doing? Subscribe. Join the free Telegram. Link to the Telegrams in the description box down below. And again, I appreciate you, Jason, Gift, Mark, Ritesh. Who else was in here? Unknown Cell, Safraz. I know you guys were messaging from the Telegram, right? I appreciate you all for joining me in today's live stream, and I hope you were able to take something away from some of my live streams, each day, and hopefully some positions too. Other than that, always remember the theory behind the practice, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.